going to be telling us all about herself, all the things that we don't know about her, aside from what Wikipedia is saying. Stella Mwangi, also known as STL.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Good morning, Mama. How are you doing?
Very well.
Wow.
And DJ Genius just did a great job there.
Great job on the mixes.
Bringing us into all the beautiful songs of STL. So, you know, everyone is so excited to have you in studio. Everyone is so excited that you even made it. Actually, you have so many fans. I'm one of them.
Shout out, Mama. We gotta make it on time.
All right, so I noticed you were born on the 1st of September, 1986. That's just 4 days before my birthday.
Virgo.
4 days. So good to have you in studio.
Thank you.
And I would start by probably getting into a background before we can get into your music. Everyone would like to know, are you Kenyan, Norwegian, Kenyan? People are confused about that.
Oh man, even me, I've been really confused about it for some time. I'm like, who am I? No, but the truth is that I was born in Kenya. I moved when I was 5 years old with my family to Norway for political reasons. So I grew up in Norway, but you know, my dad and my mom, they were very strict about teaching, you know, me and my siblings about our roots and teaching us Kikuyu and Swahili every day after school. My dad used to come to my school and now teach us this. So I would say I'm a Kenyan in Norway.
Oh,
yes.
So Kenyan, Norwegian.
Kenyan
first.
Yes,
and Norwegian
first,
second.
Obviously.
All right. So growing up, you went in 1991 to Norway.
Yes.
Yeah. What was it like you adopting from Kenya and getting into the Norwegian kind of life?
How it was?
Yeah.
Oof. It was, you know, the first days was kind of cool because, you know, we went there in 91 in March. So, you know, there was still snow. So I was very excited about seeing the snow. After some few days, I was like, okay, this snow is enough now. We can move on to the sun.
Yeah.
Norway is quite cold. So it was just difficult adapting to the, you know, the weather. And my parents, you know, they didn't know, like, you know, how to dress us, you know, so we used to go with gumboots in the snow so you can understand how cold that was.
Right.
Yes, so, you know, but after some time, you know, you just realize, okay, I'm stuck here. This is my new home, and we just have to adapt to it.
All right. In case you're tweeting, you can tweet us using the hashtag MorningExpressKTN. Also use hashtag Friday Chat. You can also tweet Stella right here. The Twitter handle at Stella Mwangi, and you'll be able to actually get that straight on. And you can also tweet at KTN Kenya or at Joy Doreen Bira. Now, everyone would like to know, do you speak Norwegian?
Ja, jag pratar allt flyt norsk.
All right, don't confuse us now. You have such a successful career. Was it groomed in Norway or it started back here? You know, do you have any?
It started in Norway. As I said, you know, my dad used to teach me and my siblings Kikuyu and Swahili. The way he taught us was through music. So the way I learned Swahili was Jambo, Jambo Pana. So we used to go around in different schools performing these songs. And I used to feel so embarrassed. I was 8 years old. And my dad made us wear this African, you know, kitenges, performing for white kids. But I realized that I kind of liked it. I kind of like being on stage and having all eyes on me, you know, and I can have a microphone and say exactly what I feel.
Were you like the only African black kids in class? Or?
Yes. Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. So it started there. I did my first music video when I was 11. There was this foundation called African Youth in Norway. So we started there when I was 11. So I wrote my first song there. We had, you know, performances there. So I started very young. Yes.
Okay. So that actually did grow into you writing your own songs.
Yes.
So at the moment you write all of your songs?
Yes.
All of your rhymes?
Yes, I do.
Interesting.
Yes, I do. Yes,
all right. let's talk about 2007. 2007 was the time when you really started coming out and your African fans started to feel your music.
Yes.
What was happening before 2007?
Well, actually, it was in 2005, because in 2005, before that, I was working as a waitress, because I knew from an early age, like, how I wanted to, to invest my time. And so I went to hotel and management school as a chef and a waiter. I worked there, and I saved enough money to come back now in 2005.
Yes.
I did my first release here in Kenya with Kantai, Happy. And then I did Take It Back, actually in 2005, but the video didn't come out before a year later. But how my time was before that, you asked?
Yeah.
I was on the grind. I was working. I realized that nobody will just come knocking on my door with a contract and a music video budget and everything. I realized that this is something I have to work for. I have to pay for. And it still is like this. This is what I try to tell, most up-and-coming artists, that don't ever think that music is that being a musician is just like woo, you just become number one like that. And nobody will sponsor you if you don't sponsor yourself first. So
how hard was it, getting into the grind and making sure that everything worked out? How tough was it for you to finally get it ongoing?
It's the struggle continues, because the more you achieve, the harder it gets. The challenges just keep getting tougher. Especially, with this, just, sponsoring yourself, basically. The studio sessions, the beats, the flights, everything is just expensive.
It was all self-sponsored.
All self-sponsored, and until this day, still self-sponsored. All right, I just want to tell people that. So now is when, like, I'm ready now to get help. To get because I've already built the brand as far as I can. So now is when I'm actually looking for sponsors.
Interesting. That's very interesting. Yes. So you came out like more popularly in 2007. That is when people started to listen to your songs. That is when a lot of people started to watch your videos on Channel All, either on cable TV, and then they started coming on now onto the local fans, that is in Kenya and around East Africa. And your fan base has grown since then, not just in Kenya, not just in East Africa, but across the African continent and internationally. What has that taken for you to grow such a fan base?
A lot of hard work, but I would say because I love it. I've been keeping on ever since, because I love this. I can't picture myself doing anything else than waking up and pressing play and listening to a beat and just start rhyming or just listening to music, basically. So it's just my dedication, the love I have for it.
All right, let's talk about Haba Haba. That was the most, I think it's the most popular hit. It was #1 in Norway at some point.
Yes.
And in other European countries, you've had all these hits on the charts. So, but let's talk about Haba Haba. You wrote the song?
Yes, I did. I wrote the song, this was in 2010. I wrote the song because I was just at a stage in my life where I just needed, just to keep on, climbing, reaching new heights, basically. And so I heard about this Melody Grand Prix Eurovision. So I was like, you know what? Let me just write a couple songs. So I wrote actually 3 songs. But then, the third song was Haba Haba, and I felt it at once that, okay, this is the song I should send in and do it. And I was just so, I just did it for love and for fun once again, but then it got picked, and then I was in the competition. And then, this is a Swahili song in Norway, with African rhythms and everything like that. And I got the most points, like people loved it. And, but what I think the love was the message, because I love my grandparents.
Yes.
I love speaking to the elder, and just learning, just hearing, wisdom. So I just recalled that they keep telling me that, things take time, because I'm a bit impatient. I am, but whenever I just remember that, step by step, you just have to take things step by step. So Haba Haba was a major hit in Norway, and I was just representing my roots, what I know.
Would you say that's the song that put you all out, that the whole world now got to know who STL or Stella Mwangi is?
I would say that every step counts. So from even when I released Take It Back with Michelle, yes. That song was a major hit in Norway and in Kenya too. So it's just step by step. And then after Haba Haba, I released Looky Looky, the one you just played.
Yes.
And it's just everything, every brick counts. Yes. But obviously the Haba Haba was the most commercial.
The video, shooting it in the streets of Norway, it seemed like it was a very interesting shoot. How long did it take you to shoot that video?
Oh wow, we started early in the morning, and we were finished late, like the next morning again. Things take time, and this video that I just shot, Biashara, it took us 2 days. It's not a joke.
So you put a lot of hard work both into your music and into the music videos themselves. And what we see a lot of artists here doing is concentrating on the audio and maybe forget about the video, or maybe just do a very short, poorly choreographed video. And when you see the final product, you probably don't even want to play it on national TV. What do you have to say to artists who don't pay that much attention to their videos?
You know what? Something that I've learned is that every bit counts. Writing the song, recording the song, and then rehearsing to perform the song, and then now investing in a music video, and then releasing the song and touring the song, like this thing that I'm doing with Biashara. I released it last Friday. We had like a big media tour, and I'm still on a media tour.
Yes.
We had like a party last night. We're still on a club tour, and we're gonna be touring around the country. So I'm just trying to set an example that it's not about just releasing a song, but it's creating a movement, a message around the song. Like for Biashara, it's basically about the struggle for money, power, and respect in the corporate world. But I need people to get that message and to feel like they're part of the movement, because it is. A song is a feeling that lasts forever. You can play a Bob Marley song that was recorded like how many years ago? 40 years ago?
Yeah, 40 years.
And the feeling still remains the same. So people need to just take more the song release is more serious, basically.
Right. Now, from Haba Haba, you've done a number of other songs. You've done Looky Looky, you've done Take My Time, you've done Hula Hoop, and you've also done Bad As I Wanna Be, among other songs that you've worked on. And there's one that you've done with Mohombi.
Yes, Mohombi, Hula Hoop.
Yes.
I did that track. Mohombi, he's from Sweden. Oh, he grew up in Sweden.
Yeah.
But he speaks Swahili.
Originally from DRC, yeah?
Yes, correct. But he was a big, artist, and he still is a big artist. So in 2011, I just found it very, natural for me to just reach out to him. He had this song called Bumpy Ride. It was a big hit.
Yes.
So I called him up, and he was such a down-to-earth guy. He was like, yeah, most definitely. So I flew him over to Norway, and then, had him on the studio session, and then music video. He's just really positive. Now he's in the States doing his thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So you seem to have invested a lot into your music. That is, aside from the hard work and all that, you've put a lot of money into your music. You're saying you flew Mohombi from into Norway for you guys to record the song.
Yes.
And also do the video.
Yes.
How is that? How is it that you seem to put more, you seem to invest more money into your career? Is it something that gives you returns at the end of the day?
Something that gives me return at the end of, well, Yes, it is. But I just want to let people know that it's not like, I was born rich or anything like that. Remember, I'm a refugee in Norway. My parents, we started from scratch. So all the money I've been investing in my music is from the waitress. I've been working as a waitress and as a chef. So it's nothing, magical. I didn't win the lotto. But you asked if it pays back. Yes, from shows, and from just basically from shows and royalties in Norway. There's not so much royalties here in Kenya yet, and I find it quite depressing actually. But yeah, it's through concerts. It's through concerts.
Have you put together a certain amount of money that you have so far invested into your musical career? And if yes, how much have you invested into your musical career so far?
Everything, Mama, so everything I earn, I put it in
so
music.
You emptied your bank account and said, look, music, here we go.
Yes, and this is what I still do. And, being a musician, it's a risk because it's not like, you go to school and then you get your diploma and then you go to work and then that's it. No, here's a big risk. So you have to have a lot of, love for it. This is what I also tell up-and-coming artists, like, if you don't love it, don't do it. Don't do it because it's cool. Guys, you see guys on TV are doing it. If you're not in it for the love, you're going to be very frustrated.
Frustrated, you say. Everyone seems to know that you have been big, you have grown. You've grown not just in Norway, not just in Europe. Your success has crossed over to North America. And a lot of people say that you possibly are, or arguably are, one of the best rappers we have on the African continent. Not just Africa, maybe Norway as well.
Good, yes.
Now, let's talk about royalties. Your music has been used as a soundtrack on a number of movies, and one of them, or series, I should say, and one of them is CSI in New York, American Pie.
Yes.
And a bunch of others.
Yes. American Next Top Model. Yes, these are tracks that I worked on, a few years ago with a producer from Norway. It's called JR. He relocated to LA in 2005, so he took some of the songs that we worked together. And then, it's just this thing about being at the right place at the right time.
Yes.
He met a publishing called Choice Tracks. And they heard some of my songs and they loved it. And, the next thing I know is that, they're being used as background music. And I was like, wow, this is very good for the CV. And royalties, yes, I get paid for, royalties of that. So, it's a good side hustle.
All right. Save the Last Dance too.
Yes,
has a background music of yours. How much were you paid for that? Or how much royalties did you get out of that?
I can't discuss that. But it's some, and it keeps me alive, basically, because as I said, music, and this is what I just hope that Kenyan artists start to we start to earn more. I was in Nigeria last year, and I see how these guys, they're doing their thing. Guys, they are rolling in Bentleys, and I want to see that happening here. I want to see my fellow colleagues riding big, getting paid for their talent, because we invest a lot of time in this, and we do it because we love it. So when I hear guys calling me and then they're underpaying me for a show or for a commercial, I become like really? When I know it's from a big company and then you're offering me something small like that.
Yes.
And I'm the voice of the of the people, I'm the one that that's representing the people or whatever. And so it's sad to see that that artists here are getting underpaid, and especially with we have our songs playing on the radios, on TV, everything, and this is work that we're putting in, and we're not getting anything back, so sure. It's sad, and I hope to see that change very soon.
Your songs have gone big in some African countries like Senegal and Gambia. Have you performed in those countries?
No, I still haven't been in Senegal or Gambia, but I have friends there, artists. They're called Wagabler, and the guy actually that did my Biashara cover. His wife is from Gambia, so he keeps inviting me to Gambia. Yeah, so next year I'll be now start to go in West Africa, but now I'm just trying to to have East Africa on lock, and I'm not trying to be on top all by myself. I'm trying to make us be on top, and that's why I released this song Biashara with Calligraph Jones and Christoph, just trying to get people together, and especially hip-hop. Hip-hop is something that I fell in love here in Kenya because, it's just this culture.
Right.
So I just hope to see Kenyan hip-hop on top in Africa.
Let's talk about the three sides of you. You have actually 3 or 4 sides. So if I leave out the chef, waitress side, I'll be left with 3 sides of you. You are a singer, a songwriter, and a rapper. Which of the 3 do you most associate with? Because I've seen lately you're doing a lot of rap music. And which is your favorite of the 3?
It's the rapper. The rapper. The way I started hip-hop was at a very early age, and it was actually my dad who inspired me to start rapping. Because he saw that I was, just a bit, confused about being black and and how should I even be. So he told me, you know what, the best way to express yourself is through rhythm and poetry. And then he played me a rap song of Public Enemy called Fight the Power. And I was like, whoa, these guys are cool. They're walking, they have swag, I was 8. At that time, I was very young. But then that's the time I just decided this rap. So answer to your question is rap. I feel comfortable. Like, the first thing, when I think of myself, I think first of myself as a rapper.
Yeah. Right. All right. So before we even ask DJ Genius to play us Biashara, can you give us a rhyme of what Biashara sounds like?
Mina Biashara, close and tada, flow so tight as Chris Cantata, young Impala, ass like Prada, na kama wezi shikanisha basi weni fala.
DJ Genius, I'm sure you can do the rest of it on that. You can play us Biashara.
Biashara ni Biashara.
Yes, and that's a song that, what motivated you? Of course, you did talk about the fact that it's about an artist trying to make it in the corporate world. But what message were you trying to send across?
It's basically that, the struggle for money, power, and respect in the corporate world, and basically just trying to empower and inspire the youth to be their own boss. We are at a generation where we can no longer wait for people to come with solutions. We are the solutions, and it starts with you, with taking your talent and making that your Biashara, basically.
Right. All right, DJ Genius, we'll now listen to Biashara, STL, and we'll be back to find out about you so many changing hairstyles.
Great.
You guys are actually asking me to perform like the whole song.
You have to flip it. 20 Biashara, boss. Okay. Mina Biashara, close and tada, flow so tight as Chris Cantata, young Impala, ass like Prada, na kama wezi shikanisha basi weni fala. Basi weni fala, mina enda pale kila kitu dola. President Moi Kibaki wanahola, naonesha kidole pole. Tubo kubwa kama Libros. Pesa zetu munafanyia what? Kazi kwa vijana, pesa kwa maboss. Wacha kuwa floss. Ati wasanii wataget ganji 20 that. Nitakuwa 54 made under that. Yes, better tamo huko wa shati ya kaki. Check karatasi. Kareke. Yeah. Kareke. Nini STL, the bigger, the better. IMC on the mic, come tester. Biashara ni ka M-Pesa. Wese, tarisi. Na kausen, kuski. Biashara ne, biashara. Okinyo na hawe, niye dige hara. Okinyo na hawe, niye dige hara. Okinyo na hawe, niye dige hara. Biashara ne, biashara. Biashara ne,
squeezy. Na flungine maji utadhani gidi. In other words, nicotine a java. Junilisikia pia kukula main is suave. From the business land, Nairobi to be specific. Phuket, Popos, not changa illicit. River Road, baby, that's where you're gonna find me. I be getting my money fast, calling people hadharani. Niko na M-Pesa cooperative, niko na equity. Pesa ni mingi nimevisha, so many na publicity. Paparazzi piga mapicha, then tuzione BBC. Dashika mamita, busy mejipa, juni mesign na DTP. Shower, baby, what it do, Miss Stella? I'm the man with the power, so I make you feel like Cinderella. And I'm making the shower, so hope you got your umbrellas. Always be a shower, baby Stella, go ahead and tell her.
Be a shara, ne, be a shara. Okinyo na hawe, niye dige hara. Okinyo na hawe, niye dige hara. Okinyo na hawe, niye dige hara. Be a shara, ne, be a shara. Be a shara, ne, be a shara. Be a shara, ne, be a shara. Okinyo na hawe, niye dige hara.
Nikiwa na STL, suna geograph walikali. Jumupenda kuchiugamu, neza nipata hali. Assalamu alaikum, walaikum salam. Miupenda M-Pesa, pesa pap na M-Shwari. Haslam bayo pildo kama ndizi. Miu pick and peel, you boys in him juicy. Easy, flow cheesy kama diva. Na ziko on point ka Abdu Badida. Biashara leta pesa weka deo kwenye mkeka. Mina leta heka flow na tika Professor Christoph ndo na tesa. Kila time weka pressure pima na tape mesha. Kula Ethiopia na pwebesha. Anapenda Rose na yesi amba. Ni kama vindio uneza dhani ni mkamba. Biashara ndo miulamba. Tase menifanya mweupe squeezy kapamba.
Biashara ne, biashara. Okinyo na hawe, niye dige hara. Okinyo na hawe, niye dige hara. Okinyo na hawe, niye dige hara. Biashara ne, biashara. Biashara ne, biashara. Biashara ne, biashara. Okinyo na hawe, niye dige hara.
You know how we do. We make it sticky like glue. Michelle sing it. Oh. Yeah, you know what, delicious. And we're taking it
it so difficult. I'm taking it so easy, letting go. All my problems at the window, let them know. I keep my cool, looking cooler than Coolio.
Her name is STL, and yes, that is Coolio. And before that, we're listening to the Ashada, and that is done by the one and only yours truly.
Yeah.
And you know, you actually seem to be working so hard. You were somewhere out performing last night. How did you manage to come to studio?
Yo, it's the hunger and it's the love. As I told you, it's the love I have. Yeah, actually, a couple hours ago, I was on the mic at a club performing Biashara and just hosting the party. And so I told my personal assistant, let me sleep for 1 hour and then you wake me up. And she did. I woke up, I was like, oh my God.
So are you operating on...
Very much, very much.
I'll just read some of the tweets for you. At Buki_V is saying, guess what? I'm not a rap fan, but I'm in love with this one. It's my favorite, my new favorite. And someone else is saying, Coolio is my favorite song. And at KTN Kenya, you're making my morning. STL looking so good. And you got to give it to the girl. STL has great dub music videos. And this is coming in from Charlene Katz. And we also have another coming in from Sandra Michigan. She says, I'm so tuned into the show and I'm loving it. And at Comic Pinkiest is saying, this chick has got all the talent in the world. Here we go. And we have one coming in from Ramgi Davis. Oh man, wow. His Twitter handles, dope vibe, big up DJ Genius, you're doing a good job. And STL, you are doing a fantastic job. Okay. How did she start the gym?
The gym?
Do you have a gym somewhere?
Yeah. Actually, I have a gym. I have a gym in my basement. Yes. I try to work out as much as I can. Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
And we have one coming in from Kowech who is saying, STL, you are the realest, so down to earth. And can STL perform one of the songs? I think she already did that.
This house should start every morning, just coming here and just hearing this
and hearing all the
keeps me going. Thank you, guys.
All right, so your hair has gone from shaggy, you know, to this. It's come down.
Yes.
Should I say it's come down to us?
But let me say this, me growing up in a, real white society and having all this, you see long, pretty blonde hair, and they tell you like, this is how pretty it is, and then you feel uncomfortable, and then you just put on a lot of extension, and then you just find yourself hiding yourself behind the hair. That's what I found myself. And my father, who was and still is my biggest inspiration, he kept telling me, you know what, you should be proud of how you look like, and I'm like, but I'm an artist, I should wear long hair. But he passed away 2 years ago.
Yeah,
and
I was just about to ask you that.
Yes.
February 2012 was not a good time for you.
No, it was 31st of January in 2012. So I just cut my hair off even without thinking. I just needed a fresh start, and out of respect to my father, and I read in in the old Kikuyu tradition, when you lose someone that's dear to you, you cut your hair to get like a new fresh start.
I think that's common in most African culture.
Yes. So that's what I did. That's what I did, and I feel free. I'm free now.
You feel so much better without all those things in your head, huh?
Yes, and I save a lot of money. Do you know how much money I used to spend on my hair? Like, I had to import this hair surgery from Germany and Amsterdam, Brazil. I'm like, well, this work.
But you look awesome. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
Everyone here is just loving the look, the natural look.
Yes.
Loving the new STL.
Thank you.
And my final question to you is, who are some of the artists you would like to work with in the future as we wind up?
Let's just say that For me, what is important for me is just building the East African market, starting with Kenya. So I just want to work with guys here in Kenya, and especially female rappers. I heard some female rappers from Mombasa. I hear, more rappers every day here. I love that. But, in East Africa, my dream collabo is Lady JD. I think me and Lady JD can kick it in the studio. I think me and her can create something really cool.
Yeah.
So, Kenya, East Africa first.
Fantastic. All right. To all your fans, what would you like to say to them who are watching you?
I just want to say, check out Biashara if you haven't done that. Follow me at Stella Mwangi, Instagram, Twitter, and Stella Mwangi Official on Facebook. And holla at your girl. And StellaMwangi.com is going to be out today, this afternoon. I'll be, there's a lot of behind the scenes pictures, videos, lyrics. You can learn the lyrics for Biashara. So just copy that. And I just want to say one last thing. I want to come out in Kisumu, Eldoret, Mombasa, Nakuru to bring you guys Biashara. So holla at your girl.
Thank you so much for coming to studio.
Thank
we do
you.
appreciate and wish you all the best. You're going back to Norway in 2 weeks' time?
Yes.
2 weeks' time?
Yes.
All right. You can also listen up to her on Radio Maisha in the 9 o'clock hour. So if you're not yet done with her here, why don't you tune in to Radio Maisha just shortly, and you'll be able to listen to Stella Mwangi or STL. We've been having her in studio all hour. Responded to. I think you need to tweet Stella Mwangi directly. At Stella Mwangi is her Twitter handle, so get all the info that you want to get there. Friday chat comes to an end. I'm Joy Doreen Vera, and thanks to DJ Genius.
Most welcome.
Fantastic job you did this morning. And STL, thank you once again for coming by. Well, have a fantastic weekend. God bless you all. And Sophia Wanuna returns on Monday, so she'll be joining you yet again then.
In other words, nicotine a java. Journalistia pia kukula main is suave. From the business land, Nairobi to be specific. Phuket, Popos, Nachanga.
This is KTN. Welcome home. Up next, Tendereza. Now that you know, it costs 4 shillings per minute to call from here to here, but just 3 shillings per minute to call from here to here. Talk more because you can. Conversation changes with Orange. Today changes with Orange.
Masaibu ninayoyapitia. Ask my shoe.
What's up, guys? You are tuned into YOLO.
I'm true to my cause, man. You only live once. Do what you can with it.
What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. You are watching YOLO. YOLO Life.
What's your ideal type of woman?
She has to have a bit of flesh. Mkula kidogo.
Would you be willing to donate your maybe kidney?
No way, no how.
No way.
Would you carry your girlfriend's handbag?
Umebeba mzigo wako, yani unaweza kubeba handbag wewe mwenyewe.
A spark that takes you somewhere new with every tune. So yeah, maybe it's more. Next on The Swap. A preacher turned a newspaper vendor. On the other side, a vendor turned a preacher. All this happening in the swap this week. Don't miss out.
STL is giving you 5 times your daily talk time as bonus to use across all networks. Dial *141# to shikisha story. Terms and conditions apply.